Oh,
The chance to play is very tempting. Yeah. So let's talk to... I didn't realize that Zachary is brother to Gideon.
Monsieur Demir, we meet again.
What did I tell you? Call me Zach. You found your room all right then?
I did, and a charming room it is.
I don't know if I would call mine charming, but if I drink enough, it won't matter.
Whoa! I must apologize for my rudeness before. I did not ask how you know the family.
That's okay. At least you actually care. Not like most of the others here. I'm the groom-to-be's older, more handsome brother.
Ah, oui. I see the resemblance now. How wonderful that you can celebrate this occasion together.
I'll stop you there. The only wonderful thing about this celebration is the free food and drink.
You are not pleased for your brother?
Angeline seems nice enough, but marriage is not for me. What is there to gain from tying yourself to someone for the rest of your life? Besides the money.
What does you do for work? It seems everyone's here in some kind of... In here is of some great financial standing.
Recently, not a great deal. Well, except for enjoying myself. I was once a field medic in the military. But those days are over.
A noble occupation. Did you not want to make it your career?
It wasn't my decision to make. I certainly don't miss the battlefield, that's for sure.
I'm hesitant to ask, but how is your brother after the altercation with the major?
I'm sure he's fine. You don't need to worry about him. Always the knight in shining armor, riding in to save the day.
Saving the day from who, exactly?
Well, if Gedeon is the knight in the fairy tale, Felix is the dragon. Felix the Major. Ha! Always there, thinking he is better. Just because he was a major. We all know how he got there. In his mind, that puts him at the top of the chain.
It seems there's more hostility between Monsignor Demir and the major, and a animosity that does not come from one evening at a party. I get the feeling you do not have much fondness for the major.
The major pain in the ass. Why should I? It doesn't take a detective to work out the sort of man he really is. You must have seen it, right?
I have my own history with the Major, but that is a story best not told.
I think it's a story best told now. It can't be any worse than what he did to us during the war.
You fought together in the war?
We were on opposing sides.
I have stumbled upon a delicate subject. It may be best to avoid it altogether.
The subject of war is a difficult topic for everyone. Perhaps it is best to discuss something else.
If you had seen what I have, what he has done, you wouldn't side with him.
I am taking no sides, monsieur. It is just not conversation fit for a party. Perhaps it is best I take my leave.
And now it is time. Are you guys ready?
Madame van den Bosch, congratulations are in order on your daughter's engagement.
Thank you. And you are?
No freaking way she doesn't remember me. No way she can't remember me.
Detective Poirot.
I'm sorry, the name eludes me.
Are you freaking kidding me? The day the Van den Bosch house has stayed with me, it opened my eyes to the unjust treatment of the working class and has been a driving force in becoming the detective I am today. And yet I have barely been a second thought to her.
Once Officer Poirot, I investigated your daughter's missing bracelet.
Oh, it's you. There is no missing jewelry here today, so we are really not in need of your services.
Bah. This lady is just something else.
I am here on a rather more pressing...
I know why you are here, officer. Detective, whatever you are now, please just get on with it.
Detective. And I promise not to keep you too long.
Ooh, I understand the altercation earlier began with an argument between the Major and Mademoiselle Angeline.
Angeline is her own woman now. She can fight her own battles. She does not need her husband to be stepping in.
And what battles would they be?
Nothing that concerns you, detective.
Oh, I don't think so. I'm not sure what I was expecting asking Madame Van der Bosch about private matters. Your daughter invited me here to find the blackmailer.
Keep your volume down. She had no right to do such a thing. As soon as the other ladies get wind that there was a police officer in-house, the whole town will know.
Perhaps you should be more focused on catching the blackmailer that is holding your family's name to ransom than what the chattering women of the town will say.
I care more about what those chattering women, as you so rudely describe them, have to say than the empty threat of an anonymous letter.
Your daughter does not agree. In fact, it has been suggested that one of tonight's guests may know more than they are willing to show.
The guests? You mean our friends? You can't honestly believe one of them would be so petty to send a letter like that. Oh, officer, you have not changed.
Detective. I must thank you for your hospitality tonight. Nay. I understand the Major is not fond of Angeline's husband to be.
You can make whatever assumptions you wish.
Based on several accounts, it seems as though the Major has a certain level of disdain for him and his brother.
Felix is merely protecting both my daughter and the Van den Bosch name.
Protecting them from what exactly?
That is a question best asked to them.
You must be elated at the news of Mademoiselle Angeline's engagement.
Gideon is a fine, educated young man from a well-respected family.
All important when considering a new son-in-law.
A good home and education speaks volumes about a man. Even in the short time they have been engaged, his noble character is obvious. If you were an educated man, you would know that.
Excuse me, what does that mean?
I can assure you, madame, my education is not one to be sneered at.
And yet you remain a mere detective. Perhaps it is your choices, then, that are to be questioned.
I was passing and I noticed the butler's pantry was locked.
Locked? That is absurd! They should be constantly coming back and forth from there if they are hiding from their work again. What is it you want in my staff area, anyway?
I only mention it as I was hoping to speak to some staff members. But if they are busy...
Be a good fellow and make sure they aren't slacking off in there. It shan't take you long.
I may not be the permission I was expecting, but I shall take it nonetheless. I shall try the pantry again. I must thank you for your hospitality. Ugh.
I suppose it is only polite to say you're welcome.
Madame is as quick-witted as I remember.
What a shame there is nothing as memorable about you but your lack of respect.
But you still forgot me. I should have known getting into a verbal battle with Madame would not be an easy one. Perhaps you should tell me about the family secret, the ones your daughters is protecting.
What do you mean, protecting? She hasn't gone and paid that silly ransom, has she?
It was Monsieur Demire that accepted the cost. He paid it because your daughter believes there may be something to hide.
For heaven's sake! Why do you think it was addressed to her and not I in the first place? Because they knew I would throw it in the rubbish where it belongs.
Madame, if there is something you are keeping, it would be wise to tell me now. It may help in identifying the culprit.
And it would be wise for you to stay out of my family's business. If I require your help, I shall ask for it. But don't hold your breath.
Merci. An enchanting conversation, as always.
But I really hope she goes to prison in the end of all this. Like, there'll be some, I don't know, super secret, I don't know, like the husband was stealing money from people, I don't know. And she was somehow, like, in between all of this, and she goes to the prison. I really hope she does. Oh, yay. Okay, can we make connections? We can. We have, like, more things here. Talk to Zakaria is done. Talk to Cassandra is actually also done. So, brothers have history with the major. Young romance? Inspect the butler's pantry? Yeah. Cassandra kept keen to avoid the argument. Hastily arranged marriage.
Order and method.
No.
That is the...
Differing status. Wanted to calm down. Gideon looking forward to the family. Gideon looking forward to family fortune. Well, there's no fortune, and he said that he has the monies.
Magnifique.
Monsignor Gideon could be marrying into the family purely for financial gain. Potential financial intentions.
I cannot see the logic
No.
in this.
The major doesn't like Gideon.
Another success.
I wouldn't say it to his face, but I don't think it's the major's place to cast judgment on Gideon. And the major intended to warn Angeline. Yeah, okay. 0 connections, 0, and here's 1. And what do we have to do here? Inspect the library. Oh yeah, right. But let's make a connection before we move on. Protective of Cassandra.
Come, my little
No.
grey cells.
Does charity work?
I must
No?
act on thought and fact.
Well, there's like too much things and they're all far away and I don't really see where. Brothers aren't closed. Bottle of alcohol. Well,
Things are beginning to become clearer.
new conversation. I could not even fathom drinking that much alcohol, especially in one evening. Zakaria enjoys a drink. Talk to Zakaria. Well, good that I'm already here. Or still here.
Fire away.
I don't mean to dampen the celebrations, but would you like me to fetch you a glass of water?
I have a drink, but thanks anyway.
I just would not like to see things get out of hand.
Don't you worry about me. I've got it covered.
Something tells me his excessive drinking is not a celebration of his fierce engagement. His recollection of war makes me think it may be something more serious.
Perhaps it is...
Okay, let's go and find the what? The library. So let's try the butler's pantry again. Oh, it's open. Unlocked, I must have caught a staff member at the right time. So anything new here? Well, new character. Letter.
Ah,
Papers that ordered the Dismissal of a staff member for accessing rooms without permission. Curious. Dear Miss Allard, your position as housemaid within the Van den Bosch residence is hereby officially terminated with immediate effect for the following reasons. Accessing forbidden areas of the house. Refusal to make a sincere apology. Emotional distress brought to the family. A reference shall be offered pending future employment. Sincerely, Madame Van den Bosch. What? She is a strange lady. She has very strange rules. Photograph. Photo showing 7 members of staff. The house would surely run like clockwork with so many. Well, this is Archibald, Elizabeth, and the others we don't know. Well, one is Rohana or something like that, and this is like Inge or what's her name? Okay.
Bonjour, mademoiselle.
Oh, monsieur, you startled me.
It was not my intention, mademoiselle. I was hoping to talk with a member of the staff.
You are the detective?
I am Detective Hercule Poirot. I only intend to take up a moment of your time.
Madame Van der Bosch will be very hungry if she knows I'm standing talking.
Allow me to worry about madame.
Forgive me, I did not get your name.
Inga Frank, detective.
From the Norse god of peace and fertility. A most beautiful name.
Merci, it was my grand-mère.
You have all been working very hard this evening.
Oui, detective. Madame was very clear on what was to be prepared for today.
Well, everything looks exquisite. But if I may be blunt, would you not benefit from some more hands?
Monsieur Archie knows how busy we are, especially in the kitchen. I hate when I have to run service.
Merci, mademoiselle. I shall leave you to your work.
Well, perhaps, like, either no one wants to work there, or they have no money to pay for many people. Or maybe both. You know, the combination. So, can we go to the staff area? No. Okay, let's go to the second floor and find the library, I guess. Or can we do something? Inspect the library. Okay, yeah.
Huh.
I told you, you're barking up the wrong tree. I'm not a reporter.
But you're going to want to hear this. You could interview me now.
And why would I want to spend my evening doing that?
The world needs to know. You want to sell papers, I want the truth to be known. Win-win.
I came here to enjoy myself, not to hear a second-string version of...
I was there. I saw the whole thing, including who was ruining the show.
All right, I'll bite. Let's talk later.
Okay. First, let's explore the surroundings and then talk to people. Perhaps the happy couple's engagement has someone in particularly romantic mood. Romance novel.
Aha.
Looks like a happy couple are planning their honeymoon, but are undecided on their destination. Okay. So many countries and cultures to experience. I hope one day to see them all with my own eyes.
Huh.
I could spend every waking moment reading about the adventures of the characters within these books. And the classic phrase about the fireplace. Roaring fire. Yeah. If I had a love of my own to declare, I would surely take inspiration from them. Suspense and tension, two ways always kept their readers hooked on their characters' stories.
Huh.
Gazing at the stars is truly one of life's simple pleasures. The fallen snow has laid a beautiful white blanket over the countryside that surrounds the house. I have often found myself thinking of the prospect of traveling perhaps one day. It looks quite valuable and delicate. I shall resist the temptation to inspect it any further. It looks quite valuable and delicate. Madame must have a great interest in religious sayings to have such material on them. Okay.
Oh.
So that's it. I have one book line there, so let's inspect that. It must be from the library. I wonder if this story would match the excitement of this weekend. Okay, let's talk. Hello.
Bonjour. Are you a guest of Mademoiselle Angeline or Monsieur Demire?
Do I know you?
Where are my manners? I am Hercule Poirot.
The lawman.
Oui, monsieur. Detective Poirot. And you are?
Ernesto da Silva.
A pleasure, monsieur.
So what does you do?
I'm a man of business.
I see. Is there a particular area of business that is your focus?
Overseas investments, international relations. I also own a number of factories in the city.
A man of few words. This may become more like drawing blood from a stone than back and forth conversation.
Très bien. Monsieur has many talents.
Am I right in thinking the late Viscount was involved in such business affairs?
We work together as partners, yes.
You must know the Van den Bosch family well, then.
I helped Madame Van den Bosch, if and when she needs me.
Monsieur referred to Madame Van den Bosch as Cassandra before quickly retracting. Perhaps they are closer than he is willing to say. You witnessed the altercation between the Major and Monsieur Demire, oui?
I did. But frankly, I have no time for childish school fights.
You are not aware of the circumstances that started it, then?
I heard something about a cigar. Only Felix would be petty enough to get riled up by something so menial.
A cigar?
Yes, Monsieur Demire had one of Felix's precious cigars. If you ask me, they won't be the real thing anyway.
I would not expect two children to act that way, let alone two two supposed distinguished gentlemen.
Distinguished gentlemen. It was two alpha males going head to head. Master Gideon came out the victor.
Surely we have passed the days where shows of unnecessary brute strength impress anyone.
When it comes to the protection of a woman, we are far from it.
Man will always return to their most primitive form.
Mademoiselle Angeline, the Major has no place to feel threatened. Monsieur Gédéon is to become her husband.
And he has spent the last however many years supporting them, as he calls it, clutching on to whatever he can.
Merci for your time. It has been most intriguing. A pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Likewise. You're not from around here, are you?
My name is Hercule Poirot. I am a friend of Mademoiselle, soon to be Madame, Angeline.
I see. Jacqueline Conrad. No doubt you've heard the name before.
I am rather embarrassed to say I have not, Madame.
No need for the madame. I'm not married. Just call me Jackie.
Oui, Jackie.
How is it you have come to be a guest here tonight?
Here's the thing. I'm one of those people you want to know, and not be on the wrong side of.
Perhaps it would be wise for me to remain on your good side.
It's the best place to be. You wouldn't believe what a couple of positive stories can do for a family name, or a career.
And that is what you have done for the Vanden Bosch family?
A little help goes a long way, and from what I have seen, the ladies deserve some positive support.
You must have heard about the recent blackmailing then.
I heard, and it doesn't surprise me. There will always be someone trying to get something out of someone else. People are only out to help themselves.
That is a rather pessimistic way of thinking.
But it's the truth. And in my experience, more often than not, it's someone the victim knows, and knows pretty well.
You make me question those I consider friends.
And maybe you should. If you have something you don't want the world knowing, just keep it to yourself.
It may be the nature of her work, but she lacks any sense of compassion for those who may fall victim to such betrayal. When I entered, you were talking with the gentleman.
That's what we call eavesdropping.
Pardon, I didn't mean to pry.
And with respect, I don't think it's really any of your business.
This is certainly not what I was expecting. Mademoiselle Conrad is a force of her own. I shall have to play my cards right with her.
I must take my leave. Allow me to introduce myself. Hercule Poirot.
Hugo Beckers. A pleasure.
I hope I am not disturbing you. I often find myself at a loose end at parties such as these.
I've never been referred to as a loose end before, but it is always good to make a new acquaintance.
Perhaps we should start with pleasantries.
There is no better way to understand one's purpose in life. I stand up for the workers that cannot do it themselves.
You work with a union?
Union leader, well, that is my formal title. But I see myself as more than just that. So much more. I am the face of the people. A voice in the void when there is none.
Very spirited. You have quite the way with words.
In my line of work, it is essential. Some fight with their fists, but I believe words are the ultimate weapon.
Is it the Demir or the Vanden Bosch name that brings you here?
I have been working with Gédéon for quite some time. We are doing great things together. Great things.
I was not aware he was part of the union.
Well, he's not exactly. But he is an ally in the battle we face. Without his support, our uphill struggle would surely be a climb. Hopefully my talks with De Silva will help him see the light.
I walked, what? My talks with De Silva? Would help him see the light. Okay, I walked in upon you. Heated discussion, shall we say, with Mademoiselle Conrad earlier.
I don't know what you think you heard, but it was a private matter and I appreciate if you kept it to yourself.
I can assure you, Monsieur Beckers, your conversation is exactly that. Yours.
Then maybe we should just leave it there.
There's something more than to that conversation, is there? If there's nothing to hide, why are the both parties so hesitant to elaborate? Perhaps now it is not the time to press on it.
Merci. If I find myself at a loss again, I shall certainly return.
Okay, well, I talked to everyone. And talked to Margot. Okay. Yeah, we have some connections to make the major. Gideon has one of the major cigars.